take your breath away.
People don't believe there are mountains here.
It's a nice project to do when you're 66.
If we keep paddling down here, will we eventually get to the ocean?
You have to drag me away, actually.
The beauty in our own backyard.
And this is my backyard.
Well, it's time for a tree change, so we've hit the highway and we're heading south this time. With around 1 million visitors every year, our spectacular southwest is WA's most popular playground. Sure, there's amazing wineries and beautiful beaches, but there's more, much more to attract tourists. To my right is a mountain more than 1 billion years in the making. So ancient, the Porongurups is thought to be the oldest mountain range in the world. And from the sky, it is truly amazing. Just look at it. Now that is a rock I've got to climb. Now I've come to the Porongurups, we're going up to Castle Rock. What can I expect?
Well, you can just expect a really scenic climb up through Jarrah and Karri Forest to the summit.
Local identity Mike Thorne loves the Porongurups like a son. So much so, he's the official custodian. How far is it?
It's about 2 kilometres up and same back, of course, and reasonable fitness is required.
Okay, that's not me, but let's do it anyway.
Okay. Right.
Okie dokie, 2K might sound like a cinch, but seriously, when it's one steep foot in front of the other, it feels like 20. As for Mike, well, he's done it about 60 times. His fellow walker.
Oh,
Hey,
g'day,
Mike.
Jack.
How are you, mate?
And if I wasn't feeling the pressure already, then we bump into this bloke. Hey, how old are you, Jack?
83,
And you've been up to the top too.
right to the top. Yeah, and it's magic. It's worth it every step of the way.
So nice to meet you, Jack. Look at this. Did you have this specially brought in for me, Mike? That's magnificent.
Yeah, it's a beauty, isn't it?
How far to the top?
Oh, look, we're almost there. Almost.
Well, just to scramble through these rocks, disappear into this crevice, up a 6-metre ladder, and, well, we've reached the finish line. And it was worth it. Just check it out. Just look at it. It's just amazing, the view.
We're looking right out west to Denmark, then we're looking south to Albany, and over here to the north we've got the Stirling Ranges, Ian. It's just the biggest panorama you'd want to see.
It's just absolutely gorgeous. What I find hard to believe is that one of the oldest mountain ranges on the planet is right here in the Great Southern. I'm on rock that is around 1.3 billion years old. That's just amazing.
It's been worn down from possibly 30,000 feet high to what it is now, 670 metre high peaks. Over eons of time, we just can't comprehend the age of these things.
Mike's dad was one of the area's early settlers. That's him standing at this same spot back in 1947.
And I think at that stage they put a very rudimentary ladder up, so as they made access easier, more people have come.
6 years ago, the Department of Parks and Wildlife built this skywalk. It's a major engineering feat that took a specialist team of experts a year to build.
They had actually had to bring in equipment and the pieces by helicopter. They had to bring in riggers from New Zealand to put this thing together. So it was a big job, but they've created something absolutely magnificent.
And it's paying off.
People are realising that we have got something absolutely spectacular and special in the southwest. It is an achievement and it will extend a lot of people, but the reward is absolutely stunning.
40 k's down the road and we're in the shadows of the Stirling Range. Though from this angle, you could be forgiven for thinking we'd landed in Holland. We're at the Lily Dutch Windmill, where owner Ploon Hitsert is putting the finishing touches on his latest pet project.
Oh.
Ploon, hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Nice to see you.
I've been looking forward to this because there wouldn't be too many places on the planet where you'd actually have a Douglas DC-3 Dakota as accommodation.
No, I think it's the only one in the world.
Let's go and have a look at
Yep,
it.
good idea.
I can't believe it. Let me shake your hand. This is absolutely magnificent.
Thank
it
you.
really is. It's a 1940s warplane, and Ploon has spent the last 18 months or so converting it into guest accommodation, complete with all the mod cons. This kitchen benchtop, my wife would absolutely love this.
Well, Maybe perhaps come here one weekend and we put the beds together.
Do we have to?
They were an icon, really.
The DC-3 revolutionised the way the world travelled. It was the first plane built with an aluminium body, meaning it could carry more passengers than ever before, faster than ever before.
If you talk to people, particularly elderly people, they love it. They love the Dakota because they were not fighter planes, they were bombers, they were transporters.
The plane was used in World War II. It later crashed in Broome and became the local tourist office. Later, it was privately bought and stored in a backyard in Perth's hills.
Never in my life I would have dreamt to found one.
Ploon fell in love and had the beauty transported 400 k's on the back of several trucks. Now, she's a regular rock star. And we're lucky enough to be here for an impromptu aerial display.
It's a lovely project, really. I love it. It's just so close to my heart, anything to do with flying, and in the particular Dakota.
Leaving the Stirling Range, we're headed 260 k's west of Nannup, and the directions to our final wonder, well, they're making me wonder what we've got ourselves into. I was a little bit concerned when I pulled up out there and it said Poison Swamp Road. I thought, but I hear where we're going to be heading is anything but there.
Oh, don't worry about the road name. We only called it that to keep the developers away.
Good idea. Scary name, but stunning scenery. No wonder Neville Hamilton is living the dream. Imagine if this was your backyard.
Here it is.
Neville, this is absolutely magnificent.
Yeah, I think so too.
We're standing on the banks of the Blackwood and stretching for around 300 kilometres. It's the longest river in the region. And the best way to explore? Well, good old-fashioned paddle power.
Okay.
So Neville, if we keep paddling down here, will we eventually get to the ocean?
It's 100 kilometres, but yes, you'll get to the ocean.
That's Augusta?
Yes.
Why is it so clear?
Well, we've got the Yarragadee Aquifer flowing into the river from here on.
Yeah.
So 98% of this is clear fresh water, drinkable.
Neville knows these waters like the back of his hand. He's been operating canoeing tours here for more than 30 years.
What do you love about it the most here?
Well, it's almost as what I don't like about the outside world. I'm just so used to this now, I just can barely cope when I go to the city.
But back in the old days, this was the buzz. It was the Blackwood that brought settlers to the south.
Well, historically it was vital. Without the Blackwood, it probably wouldn't have been settled. Since then, it's, well, tourism's taken over now.
You're a very lucky man, Neville.
I'm blessed.
Have you ever thought about leaving?
Only in a box.
Okay, I'm not quite so attached, so I'll leave by bike, thanks very much. And what a ride it's been. The southwest, the Great Southern and our Coral Coast. A 6,000 kilometre journey in search of WA's wonders. From the man-made to nature's billion-year-old projects. They're the stunning jewels. Just venture off the tourist trail and you might just be surprised at what wonders await.
I'm very passionate about this area and trying to help people understand just what we have in our own backyard.